What's up, guys and gals, and welcome back to the Nerd Castle. Today in the world of indie games, we're going to be playing around with the new demo for Infection Free Zone. I'm beginning to wonder if it's ever going to come out. We've covered various demos of this game like 3 times over the course of the last couple of years, but they fired off a new one for, I think, the Steam Strategy Festival, so I figured we'd give it a go. They said that it's got a bunch of new stuff like immigration and whatnot inside of it, so we'll give it a run. If you've never seen Infection Free Zone before, this is a post-apocalyptic zombie survival colony survival game that uses satellite map data to allow you to scavenge and survive and fight zombies in any place that you want. Your hometown, Egypt, China, Japan, doesn't matter. If there's satellite data for that place, it will download a map and it will populate the area and it will allow you to play in the sandbox. So I figured what we would do today is we would convert my hometown into the zombie apocalypse. And in fact, this is the street where I grew up over. You found a car that looks salvageable. That'd be kind of cool. Maybe we'll do that. But this is the street that I grew up on right here. And in fact, this was my house. And I've decided to make my base inside the big peach orchard that's right next to the house that I grew up in. There was a big mansion over here. The road layout is wrong. It downloaded it weird. Basically, this went down to right here, and then there was a gate with brass right here that had 2 brick moorings on it. And it would go back to a big mansion right here that was in the middle of all the peach trees. And that's relevant because, like, around Halloween season, they would leave the gate slightly open and creaking in the wind. And then you could see the house all the way back down there. They would light 1 candle in the window. And if you were brave enough to walk all the way down there and knock on the door, they'd give you full-size candy bars. But anyways, this is Infection Free Zone. The demo should be up and available for you. If it's not, it's because it got removed. Like, I'm not in control of that. I saw some people being mad about that in the comments a while back. I'm like, I'm not in control of the developer's Steam page, so I don't know anything about whether it'll still be up, but the demo should be there, and you can also find the link for that down below in the description. On top of that, you can also find a link to my Discord and my Twitch stream just in case you wanted to hang out. But I figured we'd treat this as kind of like a combo episode where I get to talk about nostalgia for a while and being a kid and kind of all that kind of stuff growing up in the suburbs. And then from there, we can also show off a cool game that's continuing to develop, I guess. I don't know. It'll come out someday, I suppose. We can also build things here, so all these buildings are destructible. You can build stuff over here. So, for example, if I wanted to give people, like, a build order, we have 50 wood. I could come down here and I could put, like, a watchtower right here that protects the place and has, like, long lines of sight. You know what I mean? So I could put that, like, right there so that anything that comes from the right gets shot up by our guards. And then I could put like another tower over here, and then we could run a wall around the outside of this if we wanted to, because the game has wooden palisade walls and things that you can play around with. You can chop down trees. So, for example, there's a bunch of trees right here in the peach orchard that I grew up next to, and we can just chop those down in order to get the construction materials we need to make our life a little bit easier. We can also send out our little commandos, and they can scout houses. We can send our guys around to bulldoze houses, too. All these houses can be destroyed, and you can reclaim the bricks and the wood and the stucco and everything else for the future. And so they've got some cool things inside of here, I think. They definitely have some cool, interesting things that they're playing around with. We do have a shelter. I guess we could adapt the building to a shelter, but I don't really want to do that just yet. Let's wait and see. I'm going to put this on, like, medium speed because it makes things flow a little bit better. But you guys scout these buildings that are right next to where we live at. We need to kind of, like, constantly keep food running on. And this demo is not set up to be, like, permanently sustainable. It's meant to kill you around, like, day 10 or so that you don't see, like, the full breadth of the game. But, you know, I'm going to do my best to last as long as I possibly can. Got that building right there. Okay, go down to these buildings right here because we are not gathering nearly enough food. Now, because this game is made by the people that made, like, 911 Operator or whatever, they've got the exact same voice actors. You're going to have people calling in every now and again with requests and things that they found and being like, sir, we need to get this completed right now. And then you can, you know, assign people to the job or to the task and take care of it. Sometimes there are people that need to be rescued. Sometimes there will be interesting points of interest that you can go to get specialized loot or to, like, advance the storyline, which it seems like the game is going to have. But we're transitioning on into the nighttime period right here. This is when the zombies come out. So this game is kind of like I Am Legend. The zombies only come out at night. They're like photophobic or something. They don't like to be out in the sun. And so at night, they're going to start cruising around, and during the daytime, they're going to infest a building. And so we just got to kind of like wait and see what's going to happen. My suggestion to you is prep for them. Get ready for them because they are 100% coming. We need to convert this into a shelter maybe. We've got some bullets. We've got some bullets. Good. We'll send you down to there. I don't know why it was flashing at me. It was flashing at me. We can go down here and we can wipe out these zombies. This game has very, very good sound design. The bullets sound good. The lighting is really rad. In fact, I think this game is like an all-around winner of an idea, if I'm being honest. You guys are going to have to come over here and flank and help. Yeah, they're getting overrun already. It's not great. I would prefer that they not be getting overrun. Oh, good. The pathfinding is going to trip out on us, too. There you go. Shoot them. Perfect. Don't let these guys get caught. One guy got bit up. That's unfortunate. Each of these guys have individual health. They have individual ammo. You will need to look after that. They need to go back to the HQ to resupply, and it'll deduct from your ammo supply. I found that it's virtually impossible to keep, like, enough ammo to keep like fighting long term. It's very, very difficult because I think like the research and the manufacturing hasn't really been added on into the game yet. If you go down the tech tree and you start looking at this stuff, there's stuff like, you know, you can create gunsmiths and things of that nature. So I'm guessing once it's actually fully implemented, you'll be able to do that. But for right now, you only get to survive for like the first 10 days. So there probably won't be too many edits in this one anyways. We'll probably just beeline straight through everything, keep on scavenging, seeing what we can find. They've got some food, they've got some ammo. We'll have them jump inside these buildings and barricade them up, see if they can find anything else good. I don't recall from the last time I played this demo how you actively heal your guys. I don't remember if they heal when they come back to the HQ or like what happens. Doesn't look like they heal when they come back to the HQ. But we do have some zombies over there that are going to need to go. So go ahead and get after them. Oh, there's a whole bunch of you nerds over here, huh? Okay. They're all trying to infest the same building because the sun is coming up and they don't know where to go. They're all going to get disintegrated. And there's not enough room, I think, for the hordes inside some of these buildings. Yeah, so we got quite a few Zeds over here that we're going to have to deal with at some point. There's only like little small groups inside of here, so I think they can handle it. This is actually a really good opportunity to stop a problem from going wrong very shortly. So like we send them into the house to kind of go zap these hordes. Alright, so they want me to build a watchtower, but I'm already kind of like on it. They're already like kind of sort of working on it. You guys, let's start clearing out houses. If we can kill all these hordes, we don't have to deal with them tonight. And they've actually compartmentalized themselves out really, really nicely so as to make this easy. Just due to the fact that they need to occupy a house that's somewhere around the zombie population of the little horde. And so they've split up into little groups so that they can fit inside these houses, which means we should be able to go in and bushwhack them pretty quick. There we go. All taken care of. We are going to need more wood. I will keep an eye on that. But for now, I would like to talk to my audience, please. We got 20 wood left. All right. With 20 wood left, I would suggest actually that the best way to do this is probably to start tearing down these houses over here. Construction's done over on this side, so that's really, really good. We will have 2 workers over here. They will hopefully have enough gun to make this happen. It says they need 2 gun, and they need ammo. I don't know if it's going to get resupplied or not. Those guys are barricaded on in. Head on down into the suburbs and see if you can find us some resources that we can make use of. We've almost got our house built over there, which is really good. We'll also see if maybe we can get that built up into, like, maybe some more housing.
Building complete.
Good. I'm glad to hear that. Down here in the bottom left, you can see your total population. Apparently there's smoke coming down from the south down here, so they want us to investigate. I'll get after it. I also kind of want that car over there. I don't know how hard it's going to be on fuel, but if we can find a little bit more fuel, seems like it'll be a good time. Can you guys get up in the tower? they cannot get up into the tower. But this place has bullets, and it has now been resupplied with pistols. Unfortunately, we need to find more pistols before we can shack anybody up inside of there again. So hopefully we'll find some guns or something around here. This was a good old boy town when I was growing up, so there should be guns all over the place. The factories may have shut down, and you know, the canneries and everything else, because that's why we're in the peach orchard right now, is that agriculture was what my hometown did. It was a cannery city. There was a Maytag factory where my dad worked, but that closed down and moved to Michigan. And then there was also a bunch of canneries and an onion packing plant. And like lots and lots of people worked in that industry out here. And then agriculture slowly kind of got bulldozed to build more housing. And, you know, story as old as time. Factories closed down and, you know, people fell on hard times and then converted to a service economy. Just normal 1980s into early 1990s things. Good job. Did you find anything? 1 can of food. You brought back 1 can of Pringles. That was your contribution to our daily survival, huh? 1 can of Pringles. All right, fair enough. I'm not mad. I'm just kind of disappointed. The runtime is what's getting us into trouble over here. We may want to hit all this stuff over on this side. There you go. Get them cans all nice and shacked up inside of there. And now that we have you, start hitting these little side-by-side houses over here, too. Oh, did you not finish that? I thought it was done already. It looked little. It felt like they were going to scan through it pretty fast. There we go. Now they're getting to it. I don't know if these guys are going to be able to make it back to town fast enough, but their land speed is not something that they're known for. We're kind of built for, like, tanking and turtling. We're not really built for running and, like, fast transit. We're sort of on the opposite end of that, where we're like, you know, battle tonks. We're out here to fight with the zombies, not to run from them. Not the most successful day of scavenging. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. We did not do a good job at getting things that would secure our future today. We got a couple cans of food. We got a little bit of this and that. But really nothing that you're going to want to write home to Grandma about, all right? Nothing that's really going to tear it up. We are, however, still chopping down trees, and we still have like a little bit of wood, and we're still tearing down a building over here, which should give us some metals and some bricks that we can play around with. So I'm hoping things get better. We're scavenging. This is the house I lived in when I was a kid. So we're actively scavenging the house that I lived in, which is pretty cool. You guys are going to want to shoot them. Yeah, definitely don't let them inside the building with you. That's a mistake. That's okay. They can come out of their lairs. We're not afraid of them. All right, we got the sweep and clear done over here. We got a whole bunch of hordes on that side. Lots of bad things happening right now. There's a lot of kind of shambling, slithering undeads all over the place. And the suburb right here is really bad for line of sight, which means that it's really easy to get death trapped up in the place that I grew up. But yeah, we just scavenged my house right there. In the backyard, we had a row of juniper trees that blocked the view of that house right there, so they couldn't see into our backyard, and there was little rats and squirrels that lived inside the juniper trees that would jump back and forth in between there, and every now and again our dog would get one of them. One of them would fall, and the dog would eat him.
Infected incoming. Our building is under attack. Building clear. Receiving.
Oh, yeah, it is. They attacking over here, boys. Okay, we're definitely going to need a tower on that other side then. You guys head on back, I guess, with the 2 foods that you already have. You guys kind of run away and see if the tower does a good job at actually, like, finishing these dudes off. The tower seems to do, like, negligible damage. This may be a situation where we should stand our ground. It looks like they're mostly coming in from the south. So let's get everybody inside of a building. We'll try to fix this up tomorrow when they're trying to get in. They should smell. Yeah, there we go. See, they have like an aggro radius. So they should smell our militarized units and go after them, which means we should be able to draw them over this way. But the hordes are going to get worse and worse and worse in this game. They are quite nasty. There you go. Gun them down. Okay, it's time for you guys to tank one. Go ahead and attack over there. Go ahead and attack over there. Is everybody good on ammo? Everybody's okay on ammo. They're not doing too bad. We got another horde coming in from this way. Definitely have somebody repair that whenever they get a chance. We may not want to scavenge too much at night, though. I may have been being a little bit aggressive with my scavenging, just because I have like this really, really supreme allergy to starvation, man. I likes my SpaghettiOs. I likes my Lunchables, and I likes my SpaghettiOs, and I likes not having a grumbly tummy, okay? And like this situation right here, definite grumbly tummy territory. Well, yeah, we lived on this road, and my best friend and all the other neighborhood kids lived right here. My cousin lived over here. We played basketball at the houses over here because there was a basketball hoop in the street that somebody's grandma had. And then from there, a bunch of our friends lived on this street down here too. And then this was a school way up over here that we would skateboard over to because there was a big long wall out front and a bunch of rails, and you could grind all day. And back then, they didn't care. Like, the teachers be like, looking good, boys, when they come out. Oh, nice, dude. We got an assault rifle. Hell yeah. That's sick. Are there more of them? How many assault? You just brought back the one AK on the side of town right there. Very nice. But yeah, this was where I grew up. I don't know. I tend to not do stuff like this because when I get nostalgic, dude, I tend to get kind of like mopey. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. You hit like a certain age, I think, and everything in the past just has such a rosy glow to it. And in the future, when you shake that thing, it just sounds like an empty can of spray paint, man. And so, like, you try not to go back to that place where you're just thinking about the past all the time. But it happens to the best of us. And I haven't actually gone back to my hometown in a hot minute. And so, like, I'm getting some memories right now just looking at it. Just looking at the roads and everything. The memories are kind of coming flooding back. I don't even know if anybody's going to watch this video, in all honesty. I don't know who would want to watch some random asshole on the internet wax nostalgic about the good old boy town that he grew up in when he was a kid. But maybe there's somebody out there that'll find it entertaining. This right here, I don't know what this is on this side. I think the road's messed up over here is what I think happened. I think it downloaded the map wrong because that's not where that road is in real life. We found seeds. All right, we can do some farming, boys. We're not gonna starve. We're not gonna starve.
Okay, let's build a cookhouse.
But yeah, I think it screwed up Alamo Drive over here in a weird way. Like this, there's supposed to be a park over here and another road off of Alamo that connects to Orchard, but I don't see that. So I'm guessing it downloaded a corrupted map or something, and it made this whole kind of western area kind of wonky and not what it looks like in real life. We also did not live in the USSR in brutalist tenement housing like these over here. It was very much a middle-class, lower middle-class suburb full of working-class factory workers, construction guys. You know, everybody worked at the Maytag factory, including my dad. My dad was a PCB guy. He spent all day long. People would send their Maytag washer back to be repaired or whatever in those days because they had like lifetime warranties and stuff. And my dad worked at the Maytag factory where he fixed Maytag washing machines and dishwashers and stuff like that that had bad PCB boards. That's what my dad did straight out of high school back when factories existed. You could walk out of high school with your diploma and straight into a factory and get a job that would pay you enough to buy a 4-bedroom, 3-bath house 10 minutes after you turned 18. Pretty cool time to be alive. But then, you know, the factories shut down and all moved to Michigan. And the canneries shut down, and those just never came back. Those were just gone. And once the canneries weren't there, they didn't need all the orchards around town anymore, so they cut down all the orchards in order to build subdivisions. And now you can't even tell that, like, when I was a kid, my hometown was considered to be like a one-horse town for nobodies, you know? It was considered to be Nowheresville. And so now it's like a boom town. It's like huge. It's a bedroom community for people that work in Sacramento and people that work in San Francisco. Like nobody's a local anymore. Like nobody actually like grew up here anymore. They all transplants that come in for tech jobs and stuff. Back when I was a kid, it was a good old boy town, like a factory town basically. But people don't even remember that stuff. Like, I heard somebody the other day, I was downtown, and downtown in my hometown, there's a statue of a guy with his daughter picking apples out of a tree that's made out of bronze, and it's right in the middle of town. And I heard somebody walk by it, and they were like, what is this statue even of? And people don't even remember. We used to be a We used to be an agricultural town. Like, that was a thing. Like, people would go and help their neighbors pick peaches and pick apricots and pick apples and all that stuff whenever harvest season would come in. It was a big time of year back then. It was a time of year with a lot of moving and a lot of shaking and a lot of stuff going on back then. I was kind of curious if I should retool this guy right here to have, like, the machine gun, or at least have somebody in one of these groups that has a machine gun. These guys are headed back to the HQ, so maybe I'll give this lady up front, Julie Henderson, will get the AK so that, you know, she can be like, chop, 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 chop. She can get the, you know, pistols popping, choppers chopping out here, making things happen. Yeah, this was a drag strip back here when I was growing up. Back of Valley Road, they had yellow lines that had been illegally painted on the road that went all the way down, and on the weekends, people would drag race back here, getting up to like 130, 140 miles an hour on that straightaway. But then the cops started to sit on it somewhere around like the middle 90s, like the late 90s. The cops really started to crack down on stuff like that once it stopped being a good old boy town and it started being not that anymore. I don't actually know how I give this lady a pistol. Oh, like that, I guess. Who's out of ammo? Who's, like, cranky about their old lack of ammo? Can they just, like, drop off this pistol right here, or do they just, like, keep it on them? Either way, it feels like a really good idea to have at least somebody with a machine gun that's like, brakata, brakata, you know, like, taking care of business. I don't actually know how to put this gun inside the HQ. I guess we probably just disband these guys, and it probably puts the resources back inside of here. Would be my beginning estimate, but I don't really know. We can also build fields. There is a tech tree in this game, but in the demo, you're not going to be able to play around with it too much. There are some fields that you can construct if you wanted to grow your own crops, like so. And you can assign workers from your total pool to go work over there, and then you could convert something into a cookhouse if you wanted to do so. So I guess go cancel that. Although it's looking a little rough over there. I think they tore out all the walls and everything. We may have to have the cookhouse be over on this side. Yeah, Rogers Lane I don't think is a thing back there either. Don't remember it. And I lived in this house for most of my life. This was just a dead end down here that like ended on this side. And then there was like a couple of like old country houses back there and a big mansion right here in the middle of a peach orchard. All right, boys. It's zombie season. Well, the fight has been joined, and they are definitely hitting us. I don't know how much farther. Yeah, you got. Hey, why won't you select? You come over here and start shooting some zombies, man. There's a lot of zombies, and they all need to get shot. Go gat on them. Oh, it looks like the machine gun goes through ammo. Something fierce, though. Wow. That thing drinks bullets. Okay, that's a problem. Well, I guess come back over here. Yeah, you guys probably pull back over here with like a long sight line. And just sort of let them have it, I suppose. It's not looking great. I guess fall back behind these towers over here. I would actually say garrison some houses over here and hope for the best, man. Bro, if you don't run, you cover them a little bit. All right. Now you guys come back. Start putting a little loving, touching, squeezing on those hordes right there. Tower's looking a little bit rough. We'll assign some people to fix it, though, and hopefully it'll work out. So long as they don't run out of ammo, we should be all right. You guys fall back. All right. Kill them now. Well, we survived another one. That's good. Fix the tower. Everybody get back over here and reload, man. Nobody has any bullets left, so if there's any more hordes coming, we're going to have like a really bad time because it looks like they expect me to fight them with El Machete, and that's about it. And El Machete, man, my elbow and my arm be kind of tired. I grew up playing baseball, so like El Machete may not be the best idea.
Ready for action.
I guess it kind of depends if they get into the building fast enough. You guys probably want to get inside of there too, just in case. There we go. Reload them bullets, boys. Reload them bullets, boys. It's almost 5 a.m. We've almost made it. But you can build all kinds of stuff in this game. I mean, there's like walls, there's gates, there's towers. You're going to be able to convert buildings into hospitals and stuff. I'm hoping at some point they allow you to free build buildings because right now all you can do is co-opt other buildings and like convert them into stuff that you need, but you can't really do a whole lot with them. I'd like to be able to build buildings from scratch too, just like little sheds and things. We do need a cookhouse, so I guess I'll assign somebody down to the cookhouse over there. We got everything from that side of the neighborhood. You guys get on back out here now. Yeah, you guys... Sometimes if you don't have the screen centered, it does not like to... The game has selectivity problems from time to time if you don't have like the units that you're trying to interact with completely and totally centered on screen. But it's a cool game with a lot of stuff going on. I mean, and it's fun to go down nostalgia lane back to the place where I grew up as a kid. So this should have come back down over here. That's my street right there. This comes down this way. This right here is a church complex, if I remember correctly, although, once again, it was a big open field when I was a kid, but now it's like a big church with a mansion, like, across the street from it. And then when you get down to here, there was some, like, Section 8 housing that I used to live in on this corner, and there's, like, a supermarket, like, across the street over here, I think. Might be one street off. I don't know, with, like, a gas station or something right there. It's been a while. It's been a hot minute since I've been over there. Scavengers are scavenging. Not really finding a whole lot. Can I just make squads of, like, unarmed guys? I can. Just one guy with a gun. That's actually okay with me. I just need more people to scavenge, and then I can disband these guys every night. I don't need them to be able to fight. I just need them to be able to pick up more resources, because I don't know if you looked at the top right-hand corner of the screen, but bullets are going very rapidly right now. Bullets are disappearing quickly as we're starting to scavenge through all these areas that are in close proximity to my home. And so, you know, might be nice to get some bullets and stuff going. These guys over here are starting to get them farms put together. Watchtower is all nice and repaired, which is good. It's only missing like a couple of HPs now. They got some fuel, which is nice. What do you guys have? Some cans of food? There's some more cans of food in the building over there, too, that we just left behind. 3 cans, in fact. And somebody should probably try to get this car. Like, a car might be a really good utility for us to have, just for moving things around and getting squads around quicker so that they can scavenge further away from home. That's new. There was no cars in the game the last time that I played. At least no cars that I have a recollection of existing. We'll send them over there to go pick up the Pontiac Sunfire, and hopefully it will be the best Pontiac Sunfire ever made that does not betray us and fall apart as Pontiac Sunfires are known to do. That was like my first car, like the first car that I had to buy myself as an adult without any help or anything else. I couldn't afford the Pontiac Sunfire. I had to get the Chevy Cavalier. I had a truck that was paid off. But then I was parked on the side of the road at my girlfriend's house at the time, and some old guy doing like 150 miles an hour in like a Honda. A dead animal is shredded to pieces. Huh.
Stay alert.
Okay, maybe special infected. Anyways, it's parked on the side of the road, and some old guy in a sports car crashed into the side of it and totaled it, rammed the drive shaft through the transmission. Right after I had paid it off, too, man. I was upset. It was tough. Aw, sweet, dude. Nice, man. How much fuel? Oh, it has to stay on roads. Gotcha. So, yeah, this would be a situation. I miss driving so much. We can run over infected when they get too close. Hell yeah, brother. It looks like the car is fairly fuel efficient, too. But it definitely wouldn't take you like an hour to drive down one street around Fruitvale Avenue over to here. Like, definitely not. It wouldn't take that long. That's like a 20-second drive tops. The time is definitely... They got to speed up the car quite a bit, make it go faster. We got to keep it on surface roads, which is good to know. Okay, I'll keep that in mind. Well, my name is Splattercat. Hopefully you enjoyed this walk down memory lane with me. I will catch you all later. Thank you for spending that time with me. I'm going to stop the video off here. You can go play the demo for this game. I'm still really looking forward to it, but I don't know if it's like ever going to come out. This is one of those games. They put out a lot of demos and like a lot of teasers now. It's kind of hard to say if it's actually ever going to like come out. They still don't have a release date on it either on the Steam page. It says to be announced or like coming soon or something like that. And so the game continues to get more content like cars and stuff and like special infected and things of that nature. But still no word on when actual release or early access or anything else is going to happen. Still, hopefully you enjoyed the video. I'll catch y'all later. Thank you for hanging out with me, and that's about all I got for you. Bye, folks.